Alrighty, 2 weeks later. If you watched Always Have a Plan C, this is what hung us up last time. The water was deep enough and the current was swift enough, and the riverbed was very uneven, and like I told you in that video, this looked like a trip to the emergency room with me. Looked like a trip to the emergency room for me. That was just enough current to sweep you off your feet right there. So here we are. We're gonna continue onward. I think we can make it to those bluffs today, no problem. You see that right there? Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Those are all bluebonnets. Out here, definitely wild, not seeded. About another week they'll be flowering. You can see the flower bulb on it right there. That one's got one. That one over there has got one. Okay, here you go. Got some bluebonnets in bloom. Would that make them bloom bonnets? I don't know. Sure there's a lot of them out here. Man, you see all that green out there? Can you see it? See all them green splotches on the ground? Those are all bluebonnets. A lot of them. Wildflower season in Texas is on its way. All right. We made it. I've set up an AO here and it's beautiful. This part of the river doesn't get too many human visitors. There's hardly any sign out here except for old garbage, stuff that's washed down the river. And yeah, this is nice. We're gonna put the drone up in the air here in a minute. Go over and see what's on those bluffs over there. Well, I was making my way down here and I came across this rock. I wanted to show you. Now, if I was an indigenous person in the Stone Age, this rock would be highly valuable to me. It's got good flint in it. I don't think they've tried to make arrowheads out of it, but it certainly is a candidate. Anyhow, it probably would make some good arrowheads. Back to the river with you. Well, we did it. I've been wanting to do this since before I got sick. That's my own little slice of heaven out here. It's beautiful with this river and the water and the rocks and the trees and the prickly pear. Texas, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's just beautiful in its ruggedness. My trusty DJI. I'm gonna get rested up and packed up. We'll start heading back. I've already exhausted 2 batteries in my drone. And the main reason for coming out here was to videotape the bluffs over there. And I got it. And I'm happy. I got this quote from Tom Brown Jr. And if you don't know who Tom Brown Jr. is, look him up. He's worth a study, definitely. But he quoted Marcus Aurelius. And he said that it's not death a man must fear, but never having really lived his life. And so many of us do that. I was guilty of it when I was busy in corporate America driving a truck and just going through the motions, not really living. Yeah, I had paid vacations, but the minute I was on vacation, the only thing I could think about was having to go back to work. But you only get one life. If you're lucky, a good life, you'll have 84, 85 years on this planet. You break that down into summers. 80, 85 summers. It's not that much. You need to get out there and live life like there's no tomorrow, because it's not promised. It is not promised. So take the time to smell the flowers. Take the time to stand out and get wet in the rain. Take the time to tell that special person in your life that you love them and that you appreciate them being in your life. And I know from experience, I walked into the emergency room one day, and almost 8 months later, they rolled me out in a wheelchair. And in the process, I'm pretty sure I almost died twice. They were telling my family members to prepare for the worst, to manage their expectations. But there's 3 things that saved my life. That's the power of prayer. Number 1, your higher power, whatever you recognize him to be. I'm not here to preach to you what's right and what's wrong. But that was one thing that kept me alive, the power of prayer. The second thing was the love of my family. My girl Ronnie, 235 days I was in that hospital. She came every day. Every day. I think she may have missed a couple, but it was just couldn't be helped. So tell that special person in your life. And then the third thing that kept me alive was the care from Cornerstone Specialty Hospitals. They took pretty good care of me. But looking back at it, those are the three things: power of prayer, love of my family, and the care I received from Cornerstone Hospital. The insurance company didn't want to send me to the long-term acute care. They were like, send him to hospice and let him die. I guess because they already put so much money into me, they wanted to stop the bleeding, so to speak. Oh, well, I'm thankful to be here. I'm so thankful to be alive this day. And I'm thankful to be down here on this riverbed in this little special slice of heaven. Oh, hey, check this out. Let's see if we can get this in. I usually look at these bluffs from, like I said in my video, Plan C, from several hundred yards away. But today, we're right up on them. And let me see if I can show it to you. Is it that white spot? Yeah, that white spot right there across the river. And you see it over there? That white spot right across the river there. All right, from several hundred yards away, through binoculars, that actually looks like a road. How things will deceive you, huh? Time and distance. Well, it's about time we get packed up, head back up to the ranch.